Kamusta? Can you say kamusta? That's how you say hello in the Philippines. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Monday, March 8th, 2021, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. Do you know what a military government is? It's also called a stratocracy, and it's a government that is led by military officials. It's a type of government where people don't enjoy a state of democracy and free will. And of course, their human rights are violated too. That doesn't sound like fun. And this is what is happening to Myanmar right now. Myanmar's military has seized full control of the country's government and also is arresting the existing leader. It's a very scary time for the nation as its citizens protest day and night to prevent the military to take any further steps. We stand with the people of Myanmar and hope this issue is resolved soon. Number 2. Have you seen the famous painting The Scream by Edward Munch? It's a very popular painting and it's become one of the most iconic images of art seen to humankind. What's interesting is that recently it was discovered that the painting had a secret message written on it. That's right, the message, quote unquote, could have only been painted by a madman, was written at the corner of the frame, and it's written by no other than Munch himself. This has given another mystery to the art critics for figuring out why he wrote it. Number 3. Disney's new Princess Raya represents the 600 million people of Southeast Asia. The thing is that Southeast Asia is a complex diversity of cultures. How can one character stand for one part of its culture and not go against another aspect of it? This is the challenge that Disney has taken by weaving in a Philippines-inspired hat called a salat, the tuk-tuk ride helper inspired by Philippines and Thailand, while her martial art style is inspired by salat from Malaysia. But the thing is that all these varied cultures are very similar too, just that after most of these countries were colonized or taken over by different European countries, they started seeming more different. Vietnam, for instance, would know more about France than Thailand. But Disney's Raya hopes to bring forth the community spirit and family love that the entire region embodies. Good qualities for any princess. And now for today's Mega Matter. Global warming has melted a substantial amount of glaciers. As polar ice sheets melt, they make way for shorter and more efficient trade routes by sea. China has cut down the Silk Route by creating an alternative polar Silk Route, which cuts China to Europe time by 3,000 miles, which is almost 11 days. By melting poles, all means that all the rich resources hidden under for so long will also be accessible. Who gets to those riches first is the question, though. As Russia has been very aggressive in every way to get access to these rare earth minerals, which are very useful, others won't stand back to let that happen. While China has literally bought its way into the polar region, the US has even stepped up activity in its defense bases in Norway and Greenland to stop the Russian aggression if any way possible. And of course, stay close to the riches too. The US has used its air bases there after years, so it's a clear sign to Russia that others won't just sit back and watch. But even if all the countries have access to the oil and minerals up in the North Pole, is exploitation of these resources good for the areas around there and Earth in general? Are we creating more pollution to stop it? Today's word of the day is embody, which means to have the look of or feel of. And finally, for today's quote of the day, to be embodied with a petition is to have something to deliver, or as we say, something to think about for sure. That's a quote by Sunday Adelaja. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?